morning. A good morning to you. Looks like we have sound this morning. I'm Ted Langdell, and we are live at the corner of 5th and H Streets in Marysville, where right in front of us here at the corner, we have Marysville's dignitaries from this and past city councils getting set to do the groundbreaking for the Marysville 5th Street Rehabilitation Project. Here's City Manager Jim Schad.
I wanted to thank everybody who was able to attend. I know everybody's very busy, has a busy schedule, and I appreciate you showing up for our groundbreaking. The groundbreaking for the 5th Street project represents very positive news for the city of Marysville. It's been a long time coming, but this project represents an investment that will provide our citizens, our constituents, a new, reconstructed, safe, and attractive boulevard to travel on. Before I turn this over to the mayor,
construction is already underway, or I should say destruction of sidewalks along the south side of 5th Street.
But with that, I'd like to introduce Mayor Chris Branson.
Before I get into my introductions and thanks, I want to tell you how far back I go here. There used to be a gas station right there, Herb Brown. Right over here was Herb's liquor store, different Herb. And if you got there late enough and you're only 17 years old and Herb's been doing some drinking, he'd sell you some beer. Anyhow, lots of history. This project didn't just happen. It happened with the good graces of certainly the city council. Brett Hudson, Dominic Belzon, Rusbata Caboli, and Stuart Gilchrist. But it goes back much further than that. It didn't just happen. Ricky Samayoa was instrumental, former Mayor Ricky Samayoa was instrumental in making this happen, both in his office as mayor and as Marysville's representative at SACOG, and he needs to be really appreciated on this. SACOG, is there anyone here from SACOG? We were supposed to have somebody. If not, they're here in spirit. They had a lot to do with this. James Corliss at SACOG is very big on this project. I see Don Blazer here. I don't know if we have any other supervisors, but Don represents. Gary, hey Gary Bradford and Don Blazer. I don't want to miss anybody. If I do, I'll be in trouble. And I've met Representative Laura representing James Nielsen's office, and I presume there's someone here representing James Gallagher. And they should all be thanked. I'd like to recognize Chief Sachs. Hello, Chief Sachs. Marnie Sanders, CEO of the Yuba-Sutter Chamber of Commerce. Marnie's here someplace. Can't miss her. She's really good looking. And we have representatives from All American Construction here, I presume. A local company, and there you go. And I understand you're Live Oak based, is that correct? So we're real happy that a local company won the bid on this and is doing the work. Mark Bumgardner. Mark, I apologize. representing Yuba City, former. Are you the former mayor or almost mayor? Former mayor. Good seeing you. You're still on the council. Bless you. How am I doing so far? Again, these things don't just happen, and it's important to recognize those who are behind it, making it happen. I wasn't there. I just get to be here standing, acting like I get some credit for it, and I deserve probably almost no credit for it other than the fact I represent the city now at SACOG, and I haven't screwed this deal up. But again, thanks a lot to everything Ricky did and former members of the council who are responsible for this, and for everybody who supported it. Thank you. when we do this thing. Oh, hold on. Now, actually, last night we talked about this project at the council meeting. I mentioned it in connection with beautifying everything. This is going to be transposed. It's going to be much more beautiful. Traffic will flow more smoothly. And we spoke last night about the eastern terminus of this project at 5th and E. And we have two buildings there, the Marysville Hotel and the State Theater. And when I was out campaigning, hardly a door would go by where someone would open it, and I'd ask them, what are you concerned about? They talked about Ellis Lake and traffic, but almost everybody said, what are you going to do about the Marysville Hotel? What are you going to do about the State Theater? And we started talking about plans to do something about that by way of blight tax and vacancy taxes appropriate to encourage development of these properties and to make it less attractive for sitting property owners to just sit there and do nothing. And the eastern terminus of this beautiful project deserves a lot better than what it has right now. And first step was taken last night, and we'll see how far we get with that. It'll take a while. It's not going to be on this year's ballot, but we hope to have it on a ballot soon to make something happen there. That's it. Mayor, would you like to say something?
No, I'd just like what the mayor's already reiterated. I know this project goes back at least 7 years, doesn't it, Ricky? At least 7 years to get it started and get it rolling, and I want to give him some credit too. The mayor's already given him plenty, but he was the one instrumental in getting this whole thing rolling and the financing for it. So thank you all for coming out. It's a project that we've been looking forward to. You know, it's one of those ones where we're just dying to say we're going to break ground. And then another year goes by, and another year goes by, and another year goes by, and we end up with a new council, and another year goes by. So here we are, and we're ready to go. So, Dan, you want to come on up?
All I'm doing is handing out hats.
Okay. I've been talked into wearing one.
Before we get to the actual council members moving dirt, wanted to entertain any questions.
You might note that Yuba City Council last night, I believe, approved their $8 million widening of Bridge Street from Cooper Avenue to Gray, which will make this a smooth sail between 70, 20, and 99.
So if you guys didn't hear that, on the opposite side of the river, Yuba City just approved a like improvement farther down the Bridge Street area. And I'm sure Council Member Bloomgarden was involved with that. Anything else? Well, I appreciate all of you coming out here. This has been a project that has been long in the works. Sometimes the large projects take time, but I am very excited as a city manager. It's one of many projects we have going on, large and small. And I have high hopes for the city of Marysville. Thank you.
On three. 1, 2, 3. There we go. Public Works over here, and there's
Guys in the orange shirt, come on.
and the police guys.
And PD.
And there you have it, ground broken from 5th and H Streets in Marysville on the already underway 5th Street Rehabilitation Project that's been many, many years in the works. It will, by the time this is completed a little later in 2020 here, result in smooth sailing along 5th Street all the way across the new Twin Cities Memorial Bridge to Yuba City, and then across Bridge Street to Highway 99. As was mentioned, Yuba City approved a more than $8 million project to widen Bridge Street between Cooper Avenue and Gray Avenue, where they have been acquiring all of the home sites along the should say north side of Bridge Street, and will begin construction sometime a little bit later this spring after all the contracts have been signed, and they will have that done by the end of the year, is what we were told at the City Council meeting last night. Live in Marysville, I'm Ted Langdell. This has been a special presentation, and we'd like to invite you to tune in less than an hour. Come in at noon for Lunch with Langdell. We have Candace Young talking about the Buckeye Parade and what's happening with that. We also will take a short visit over to the Info Center and talk with Judy Mann about what she's got planned for Buckeye Festival coming up. And then, of course, on Saturday, just after 11 o'clock in the morning, we'll begin our coverage of the Buckeye Parade, the 142nd Buckeye Parade, right here live on Yuba-Sutter.live, Facebook/live streaming Yuba-Sutter. This has been a special presentation of Yuba-Sutter.live. I'm Ted Langdell in Marysville.